All right. Good morning, everybody. This is Vincent with Listings to Lead. And this is our Get Started class for all of our new clients and also, our longtime clients that need a refresher to see what's happening that's new. We have a lot of tools in the system, well over 200 tools now. And I know for a lot of people that can be overwhelming, but there's really just a few areas you got to focus on. We basically have automated so much that we're allowing you to leverage those tools with just a couple of clicks. So the if you're not really familiar with us, you should know that we're able to help agents who have listings and also agents who don't have listings. And that's usually where you fall, right? And there's always kind of a story of like feast or famine for realtor, right? It got business and then it's gone. Ideally, you are using listings to leads in a consistent way to take those troughs out of your business, right? So that you've got conversations going and you got business going so that your business just sort of gets a little more of an upward trend and grows, basically. So whether you have listings or whether you don't have listings, we have tools to help you get either buyer or seller leads. We definitely have the ability to help you build your brand. And we have incredible tools to help you with social media. So if you're still an agent that doesn't quite have their social media game down, this is going to be a great class for you. So before I always start these classes, I always kind of want to remind you of the resources you have because there is so much to do. And one of the places that is really helpful is our mastermind group. So it is a private group on Facebook. And if you're not in it, you can't find it. So if you're not in it and you are a client, log into your account and go down to the support page, which is at the bottom left of the account. And let's give it a second to show you where support is and just ask them to get you in the mastermind group, right? And this is where Scott and I talk about a lot of what's going on, right? What's new, what's happening, but also it's where our clients are putting in their questions or their feedback or what they're doing. Right here, for instance, is a client who is using our short form video scripts. I'll show you what those are in a little bit, but you may or may not know that video is very important on social media. And frankly, agents are not comfortable doing that. It's understandable, right? And so we're giving you scripts that you can download and print and practice a couple times and then just whip out your phone and get on with it, right? And get content out for big platforms like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and Facebook so that you're building your brand and capturing leads, right? That's really what we want to help our clients do. And we're pretty good at it. So all that being said, this is the mastermind group. That's a resource for you. If you're a client, get in there. Another good resource is this page here. Now, we're right now on a live call. I know sometimes I sound like a recorded robot, but I'm actually alive as we speak. And if you like to ask questions while you're learning, you might want to get on one of these live calls. And so I'm going to send the link to this to you now, which is, and I'm going to send this to everybody for leadgenwebinars.com. And Lead Gen Webinars has all the classes that Scott and I do. I do Get Started, which we're on today. I do Facebook and Google ads for buyers and sellers, which we'll of course talk a little about today. And also top tools to get more listings. These three classes you should all be watching, right? And actually you should be watching a few versions of them because I don't say exactly the same thing in every call. And if you invest your time in the system, you will get a return on that investment. And so Get Started, Facebook and Google ads, and top tools to get more listings. You should be completely familiar with, not just watching and distracted, but no, because you're going to have to apply that to our system consistently and your business will grow. Now, Scott's doing an 8-part series on how to make $250,000 in real estate and helps you understand like everything you got to do to get to that number, right? And it's actually not, we've got our own kind of built-in calculator that you can look at and talk about the, price per average sales in your community and what you need to get to earn that kind of money. So it basically becomes a math and execution problem. You can watch that there. That's very helpful. Now, you might not have time to join us like today. What is it? It's 11 o'clock Pacific. and, you might be busy. And so every class that Scott and I do, we actually record it and we put it right here on this page. So I'm going to send this page to you right now. It's our YouTube channel. It's the videos tab, and every one of our calls go here. So I'm going to send this to you right now. All right. And honestly, I recommend this should be flashing in your GoToMeeting panel right now. I recommend that you open that and you save that. And I'm going to tell you the 3 calls that you should be watching. It's actually more than 3. Facebook ads for Facebook ads for Google and Facebook, top tools to get more listings. This one here, you'll notice in white, it says how to create a Google account and run an ad. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And then top tools to get more listings here. I would watch both of these because this one I really go in deep on Google, and this one I talk about all the tools that get more listings. So get started, Facebook. Honestly, it sounds like a lot of time, and it is a good amount of time. But if you know how to unlock what we've got here, your business will grow. It just, that's just how it is. So those are the resources, our mastermind group, our live calls, our recorded calls, and our support team in your account. What I want to talk about now, right off the bat, are the top ways to get buyers and the top ways to get sellers. So this is not normally how I do it, but I want to talk about it so that right away you understand what is the easiest way for me to get buyers right now. And the easiest way to get buyers is by running ads on Facebook. And I know that there are a lot of people, a lot of different kinds of agents. We have a lot of people on this call, different parts of the country. Not everything is exactly the same, but here's a good example of what's going on right now with a recent team account that I set up. So this is not a single agent account. This is an unusual client. They are an expansion team in North and South Carolina. And we launched this at the end of October of 2022, which means that this account is not even 3 months old. Okay. And in that amount of time, these guys have run 134 ads. They're basically spending $100 per ad. So they spent so far $12,000. Okay. And they generated almost 4,500 leads. All right. A nice thing as well is their business pages have been seen 900,000 times. All right. This is, like I said, it's not even 3 months. You as single agents are probably not going to have that kind of ad budget, but I do want you to sort of get an idea of what's going on. Specifically, a client like this is generating buyer leads at about $2 and 75 cents a lead for buyer leads with name, email, and phone number. Okay. You can do that. That's probably a good number. Sometimes it's $2, sometimes it's $3, but right in there, if you're doing consistent ads, Facebook's going to get better and better, and you're going to get more and more leads. But also, I did a call last week with a group of agents, and it was an office, and half of those agents want more listings, right? They've been in the business for a while, and there are all kinds of things to talk about to help those agents. But then there was a half of that class who was like new agents, like brand new, and they have nothing going on. They have no name recognition. They don't have a bunch of leads. They don't have a big database. So where are they? And I told them, you need to focus on Facebook because, as you can see here, you can actually build your brand. Now, they're not going to have $12,000 either, but they might have $200 or $300 a month that they could spend on multiple ads throughout the month. And their business page is going to be starting to be recognized, 5,000, 10,000 times in a month. And they're going to capture leads, 50 to 100, even 200 leads, depends on what they're kind of trying to do, right? So I wanted to show you this account because it's a really current example, even with this crazy world of interest rates and whatever, that you can actually get buyer leads very easily from Facebook. Okay, so we'll dive into how to do that in a bit. But when it comes to getting listings, I want to show you the top tool there. Okay. And that is actually a piece of paper. And it's inside when you have a listing, you click on market listing. Let's see if we've actually developed this here. It's called the Nearby Homeowner Letter. All right. And this letter, let's just download it and talk about it. It's not artificial intelligence. It's not algorithms. It's literally an 8.5 by 11-inch sheet of paper. Okay. And it says, hey, we got a home for sale. Right. And go here, take this piece of paper inside your house and go there and go find out about it. Now, I can assure you that that page where we're driving them to is designed to capture leads and deliver it to the agent. But it also says when this home is sold, it will affect your home value. So click here and go get your home value, right? So this is a landing page that we automatically create for everybody. And you're driving here not from an ad on social media, but from a piece of paper that you have gotten to the neighborhood. And so you're not getting a lot of leads like you would from a social media ad. You're getting a handful of leads, but these leads convert the fastest into listing contracts. So if you want more listings in your business, you probably want to get familiar with this letter. Okay. And that brings us back to the mastermind group, because if you want to be using that, which I recommend, this is for agents who want listings, you want to know the other clients of ours who have been using this to great effect. And if you go to the mastermind group, you should see a magnifying glass. I got one over here. That means you can search this group. And there are 3 names that I would want you to search: Chris Winstead, Dustin Fox, and Alicia Pless. Let's start with Alicia. Now let's start with Dustin. Dustin came in the group. Did I do that wrong? Oh, somehow I clicked on Chris. So let's just go with Chris. Chris took the letter that I showed you. He markets it into his neighborhood. He moves from out of state. He buys a home in his neighborhood and gets 5 listings in 3 months. And you should go here and look at what he says, read the comments, read what other agents are saying. And I can tell you what he says. It's in the comments. He mailed that letter every 2 weeks to his neighbors that own their homes for more than 5 years. So he was borrowing listings from other agents in his office, because I mentioned he just moved to Texas, so he didn't have his own listing. And he buys a list from Remind of everybody with 5 years equity, right? And he sends a letter, doesn't matter if it's just listed, open house, sold, it's always going to say that's going to affect your home value. So there's a small group of people that would take that piece of paper in their own house, take out the envelope, take it out of the envelope, take this to their computer and type in this web address and give Chris their address and their contact information. And with that, he would hit those people up every week with phone calls, bomb messages. The recipe is right there in the comments. That is the way to go. Right. I will tell you this, that was a few summers ago, and he had moved from out of state. Well, he quickly became the top listing agent at the beginning of last year, 2022, he just started his own office. He was like, I don't need this outfit anymore. And the very first thing he does is he starts a YouTube channel saying, here's how I customize listings to leads tools to get more business. And I'm going to teach you how to make a lot of money. So join my company. So this guy is using listings to lead not only to grow his own business as an agent, but now grow his business as an office and to help recruit. I would actually go check out what this guy is saying on YouTube. He's a smart gentleman. So that is the Nearby Homeowner Letter. Now, if we go over here, I mentioned there was another name, which is Alicia Pless. Alicia took classes just like the one we're sitting on right now. And she learned what I was saying years ago, which is, hey, if that looks like junk mail, it's going right into the bin. But if you take a moment and get something that looks colorful, maybe you handwrite the envelope, you're going to get more and more listings. And Alicia has told us month after month, like, yeah, I keep doing this and I keep getting more listings. So if you want to learn about that tool, those 3 names, Alicia Pless, Dustin Fox, and Chris Winstead, are the way to go. Okay. So now let's get into the actual system that we need to think about. And I'll go into this profile. Let's talk about it from here. You need to set up your account, right? And if you want to set up your account, there are a couple of things you got to do right away. If you have reviews on Zillow, check the Show Zillow review box and save. Okay. Go here and turn on auto posting. And here, let's go here. It's kind of a weird one. This guy has multiple community pages. You should actually choose one of your community pages so that it shows like that. All right. And that's going to start. Now he turned it off because he's got like multiple, he can't, it doesn't work for the way that he's doing stuff, but you should be connected to Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and they should go over here, click this button. This box here will be empty. When you click this, it'll copy this and put it here and save. And that's it. And that's going to start social media auto posting for you. Then if you've got a CRM, you can go here and connect your CRM here. If you don't see an API here, you might have a unique email address from your CRM. Just put it here and save it, and we'll push those to that. We'll push all your leads into your CRM automatically. So those are the things you set up here. There is a section here called social, and this might not be the best client. Actually, I'm going to jump out of this one real quick because this is a team account. And I think most of you have single agent accounts. As I'm switching accounts, I will tell you this. If you have a team or office, we have discounted plans, right? And you can reach out to me at vince@listingstoleads.com and tell me how many agents you have, and I can give you a price. Everything is month to month, and a lot of what you see looks exactly like this. So this is an agent in Hawaii. So when you come here, you click on social, and this is part of setup. Because once you set this up, you can just kind of forget it. You like set and forget. So when you come here, it's going to ask you, let's give it a second, to, oh, yeah, I asked my team to clean up this code. There's something happening on this page that when you click it, it takes way too long. But we'll get there. And we'll clean it up this week, I'm sure. But this is a section for content for your social media accounts. Okay. And it's colorful, real estate related stuff, more like lifestyle content. It's not boring mortgage rate stories or in-depth articles about real estate. Oh my God, look at that. That's why it's taking. We're adding more content all the time. So if you just click yes, we're going to have more content that goes to your accounts. Now you'll be able to see it. We'll give it a second while it's doing its thing here. You can see what we posted by this calendar. But what ends up happening when you come here the first time is it's going to ask you to connect to your social media accounts, right? And if you might have connected to social media accounts on other pages, but you need to do it here too, because this is a different function that we're doing. So if you're clicking here and you're like, you connect all your social media accounts, and then you say, okay, now that we've connected, we're going to ask you, and you're connected, it kind of looks like this. What schedule? This guy wants stuff out every other day. Okay. But you could have it every day or one day a week. And then you choose the topics. And he has chosen all 58 of our topics. Well, he doesn't like kitchens, but if you click the eyeball, you can see what's underneath it. You don't really need to click underneath it unless you just like to look at everything. But you can see the photos that we're doing. You can see the content that we're doing. And he just doesn't like this content, right? But this is what the article looks like. And what's nice about it, it's a light, colorful piece, and your clients can start engaging on it, right? And our clients, meaning realtors like you, are actually saying, yeah, people like those articles and they respond and we talk. Can you use a personal Facebook page? Currently, Pat, the answer is no. And I'm going to just speak to that really quickly because it is if you're asking, it means that you and probably other people don't understand currently. And since the time that Facebook began, there is a terms of service. You guys have all clicked terms of service. You just never read them, right? It's just like, Apple Facebook software update. They give you this long thing. You just click accept. And that is what is like for Facebook. And what you probably don't know, Pat, is that you can't post business on your personal page. Okay. A lot of realtors do it, but this lady here, My Song Lee, licensed realtor, this is her business page. And that's what a business page is for, posting your business stuff up, right? But when it comes to your business, you shouldn't put it on your page. So let's go look at mine real quickly. And mine, like I did some demonstrations for somebody earlier, but this is like business stuff. It does not belong on my personal account. My personal account has stuff with my dog and art, whatever nonsense I'm doing, right? Music. And for many people, it's like the food that they eat and all their vacations and stuff, right? That's what social media is about on your personal page, not your business. And the reason why I'm stressing this is that every once in a while, agents get their business pages shut down. No, their whole account shut down. And believe me, if you have a problem like that with Facebook, it is a nightmare to get it turned back on because they don't have any support and it just is the worst experience. So just an FYI, no, we don't post anything for free too. We don't post anything to your personal page because it's against the terms of service. That's my long story there for that answer. I just want to be clear for everybody so people aren't getting in trouble. Okay. So we've set up social media stuff, right? We now know like that social content goes on. So that's cool. There's also something here. Let me ask a question here if you can answer real quickly in the chat panel. Does anybody use on this call use Instagram or TikTok? If you could answer that, I will show you something that's pretty cool. Oh yes, Steve, you're in the middle of that disaster. So Steve, you've been blocked out of Facebook. I'm really sorry. That is just a nightmare. So yes, some of you are on Instagram and TikTok. So of course, everything is taking too long here. Let me see if I can, while this thing is trying to bake, let me talk a little bit about that. No reason given. Well, let me finish this and then we'll talk about that, Steve, that story. So when we go into social content and I showed you how to connect all your stuff, oh man, what happened here? Calendar. Okay, it's just running slow. Posting schedule there. That looks like that just broke. That really stinks. I need to check that out. On here is a link in bio. Okay. And I'm going to turn it on. And for all of you using Instagram, TikTok, timed out due to, I'm timed out. So I actually got timed out. Okay, let me time back in. Log in. That page, as I mentioned, it's taking too long because it's pulling too much content. And so we have to clean up our code, which I told my tech team last week, but bear with it a little bit. So hopefully he is not, so he's connected. That's good. So there's this thing called LinkedIn Bio. I turn it on. You can copy the link to it here and embed it on your profile on Instagram or on TikTok. And this is going to make it to where you can actually capture more leads. So this is optimized for a phone. That's why it's so vertical like this. But it'll have the articles, like the articles we just talked about. It will have your listings, any listings in your account. So if somebody clicks on this, you could actually drive them to this page, which we automatically created for the agent. And when this pops up, you're going to be able to capture a lead. Okay. So it is, Instagram and TikTok, you can definitely build networks, but getting leads off of them is a different matter. And this is going to help you do that. There's also PDF guides that we write for you. So if somebody wants to download this, they can click here. Let's just see where this goes. I wonder, I'm hoping it's going to drive to our landing page. Oh no, you're just downloading the report right there. Interesting. I'm going to take a picture of this, guys. I think we should actually change this. We just created new landing pages for these PDF guides, which means instead of just giving them the guide right there, we could drive them to a landing page where they'd have to fill it out and you capture lead, then they can download that. Right. That would be better. And then there's landing pages here for home valuation. So this is all on your stuff. So on your profile. So if you're posting something about real estate, you should always see link in my profile, right? That way they click on that link and now you know that thing is all designed to capture leads. So you want to set up social and then you want to go here and you want to connect to ads. And I'm not sure if he's connected, but let's go here. Yeah, so you can create listing ads and let's see if this is going to work. So before we kind of get into creating the ad and talk about that, I do want to talk about one situation that is happening to a lot of realtors around the country and even in Canada, right? Steve, you're up in Canada. So, and that is that Facebook shuts down people's accounts with no reason, okay? And you may not know this, but in the fall of 2022, so in September and in August, Facebook started emailing all these agents that are realtors that have accounts. And they said, hey, we're going to be making some changes. We've had some new rules placed on us by HUD. So we're going to make changes. And Steve, this shouldn't even affect you, but maybe it does. But because of those changes, you're not going to be able to do this or that. And realtors are, pinging us over here, listings to leads, and they're all having a panic. And we really haven't seen any major changes. But what we did see and still see is Facebook is just shutting down accounts all over the country. I had an office. We work at Remax in Wesley Chapel, just east of Tampa. And they've been playing for a long time. And he's like, wow, we just had our office account shut down. And he said, you know what? We don't even use the office business page on Facebook because we have all of our agents. We run our ads through our agent pages. We don't even post up there, but Facebook just went and shut it down. And just like Steve says, for no reason, just have no idea. They barely use the page. They just shut it down. And just so you know, there was a lawsuit by HUD in the US and Facebook lost. And part of the terms of that loss is that they have one more for each illegal ad that is placed on Facebook. The cost of the fine is $100,000. Okay. That's a lot of money. So Facebook is just like, let's just wipe these people out. We did, that's not worth the risk. Steve, I don't even think you're in the US, but it's something like that like knocked you out, right? And then how you get back on, God bless you. Good luck. It's a horrible experience. That customer service is some of the worst I've seen in any industry. So anyway, let's go back to where we were. So what we were talking about is how to connect your Facebook account. And I want to jump into, there is no customer service. Yeah. So now that we have everything turned on, there's really only 3 places where you have to focus. Okay. And that's landing pages and ads and listings. Okay. That's it. So everything we talked about so far is just like, okay, we got everything set up, but there is a little work on landing pages. So let's go into landing pages. And let's talk about this. So you get 3 landing pages right off the bat: free home values, down payment assistance, and new construction. This guy here created a FSBO page for Ewa Beach. And you do that by clicking here, the green button up top, and you say, oh, I want to create a FSBO page. Now, most agents are not creating that. They're creating home valuation pages, right? And if he wants FSBOs in Ewa Beach, he should definitely have that. So I'm going to create a property valuation plus. This is our instant valuation. And I'm going to type in Ewa Beach and click landing page, right? Just create landing page. And this creates the landing page. And then it should, see if it does it. Yeah, it drops you on the page to upload the background picture. Okay. Now you all have to do this. And let me tell you, a background picture should not be like the $1 million property in your neighborhood. It should be something that looks like your area. Now, I don't know Ewa Beach. Let's go look. Ewa Beach. It's in Oahu. Okay, got it. Cool. So if we click on images, you want an image that is 2000 pixels wide. Now, you can see all these beach things here. That kind of, that might work, but I might think like Ewa Beach it's just too generic. It could be any beach, right? So I would want to pick something that really said that I know the area. And I'm going to click here. And I think this is something that you should all remember. Top restaurants. Because a lot of people, they know the best restaurants in that area, right? And if you know the best restaurants in that area, then they're going to assume you know their area. So let's go. This is Dwell Hawaii, and which I'm going to guess it's actually a real estate page, right? Top 10 restaurants in Ewa Beach. But what I'm trying to get to is, and these restaurants don't look so nice that I would put it on my cover. But let's just say like everybody knew this place. If it was a big enough photo, you could download it and then put it in the background, and now your page is ready to go. Right. That's kind of the nature. That's what I'm trying to say. And then once you created that landing page, well, then you can go run an ad on it. Right. So you create landing pages by clicking this green button. You should probably create your landing pages in like the first week if you want. Visbo expires first week with us, right? If you want an expired landing page, if you want to do something custom, great, you can do that there. But Property Valuation Plus, you need one of these for every town that you are focused on, right? Like I'm going to put Diamond Head because that's a super cool neighborhood in Hawaii. So if you've got a handful of towns or cities or even neighborhoods, you want to create that kind of page for each one of those, right? And then once you customized it with your background picture, let's go here. We should be able to find something here. Why, you once you get a picture, and if you're going to do it from Google like I am here, you just go to images. You might be better taking a big photograph with your phone, but if I say anything large, let's see here, Earth Checkers. Yeah. What is that? Yeah. Anyway, we download this. Let's see. I'm gonna save it and see if it might not be big enough. I can't even see what that is. So no. Desktop. Epic Realty one for Friday. See if we can do this on the fly real fast. You can see what it kind of looks like. It might be too small. It does need to be like 18 to 2000 pixels wide, and then it will be wide. Well, we'll know right now if it's going to. Okay. So desktop, just like this, it's going to work. Yeah, cool. Then you save that, and that's Diamond Head. So, that sort of thing. You want to have a nice, picture that speaks to the area, right? That's it. And then once you have it, there is something cool about landing pages that not a lot of our clients know. If you click on advanced options, there's a print layer, print marketing. Click download here. And when you do that, you should edit it. Right next to the download button is a pencil. That means edit. So you can edit and you can add the stats for December. It's a home sold report. So you can say, hey, 10 homes sold in Diamond Head last month. The median price is 500 grand or whatever it is. And now, that's 300 for the year. It's a very simple piece of paper that affected your home value. Go here to get your free home value, right? And that's the nature of that deal, right? Of that page. So I would definitely recommend that you're creating those. The print version is helpful. You can get it into the market, but also you can run ads on it. And so let's go over here and let's click on ads for this guy. And I think Ben has his Facebook ad account connected. So when you come here the first time, it's going to tell you to, let me click this. If you see a button that says activate retargeting, click it. Okay. What this does, retargeting is a super powerful place for you or tool to use on Facebook. Okay. And you can see that this guy's been running ads on this property. So the first, when you come here, it tells you to connect to Facebook and connect to Google. And you should do that. And once you connected, you can create a listing ad. Now you can see he's running an ad on the same property twice. He got 5 leads here at about $1.84 per lead. You can see the number right here, and about 643 people saw it. But this ad, he spent $35 on. So this is the old ad. This is the active ad, right? On average, it was $2.50 a lead, and he got 14 leads, and 2,200 people saw his business page. That's why running ads is really smart for Facebook, right? I mean, $2.50 for name, phone number, and email. That, I don't think if you guys are getting leads cheaper than that, please let me know in the chat panel. That's just kind of crazy. Over here, you got free home values, 4 leads at $3.60 each. That's awesome. That's just awesome, right? And it's seen 843 times, right? So how do you create an ad? Well, first you connect to Facebook, then you click on create listing, and any listing in your account, you can click create an ad. And when you do that, you just click the button that says create an ad, and it pre-writes the ad. All you have to do is click publish. Okay. And if you want, and I know because I talked to Ben when he was doing it, he doesn't do anything but just clicks publish. He's not writing anything. But let's just imagine, you see, I click over here in the box and now I can edit this. Well, what if it's in a great school district, right? What if it has a new kitchen, right? You can literally write that on the ad before you even publish it. And then bam, you hit publish. Okay. That is how Ben, who has just been using us a couple of weeks, has gotten a bunch of leads for just a few bucks, right? By creating a listing app. Now, when a property is later stage, you should run ads on pending or under contract and sold, because those ads are designed to get listing leads. If you want more listings in your business, market your homes when they're pending or under contract or sold, and you'll get listing leads. Okay. You could also create landing page ads, and we just created a landing page. Remember, we created that one for Diamond Head. So there it is. And let's leave it on lead ads. We're going to get name, email, and phone number. And I don't know why, but there's something happening with my mouse. Okay, here we go. So in this case, you would have to type in the word Diamond Head. Okay. Because we can't auto-populate that. So if I type in Diamond Head, and that's not even, so it's such a small neighborhood in Hawaii that you can't even target it, right? So I'm just going to type in I think I can't spell Waikiki. Let's just try. Sorry, guys. Oh no. Yeah, okay. So here we are. If I do this area, it will cover that area. But that gets to one of the big issues with this kind of app. And I want to state this right off the bat. I don't know where you guys are in the country, but if you're in a cosmopolitan area with a lot of towns around each other, an ad like this will not likely work. If you're in a state where you're 30 miles away from the next town, well, an ad like this can work, because one of the things that you can't see, and I don't know why it's not even there, there should be a radius that you can expand a radius. And I don't know why it's not here, but it should be there. And basically, you can't type it less than 15 miles. So that's the issue. I wonder if something's changed with Facebook. But let me take a picture real quick. I do see a question coming in, so let me take a picture of this and let's go answer that question. Yeah, sorry guys. Let's see here. Where can I find this webinar for the recording later? Yeah, is this broad? Yeah. So if I go here, I guess you're late, Fernando. This is our YouTube channel. This call is being recorded. It will be in the mastermind group, and it will be on this page probably tomorrow. So I'm going to send this to all of you one more time. You get banned. Steve, what's that? Oh, sorry. Oh, no, I think it's the middle of that. Okay, you get banned. Steve, what does that mean? You get banned. Yeah. So anyway, this does not work very well, but I just sent a link to everybody again on this YouTube channel. And I want to talk about something that's here, because this ad can work if you jump through a few hoops. I'm not going to talk about those hoops today because it kind of, it's more difficult. But if you go back about 3 months ago on this page and you look for these words, I'll show it to you right now. It'll say something about custom audience. Let's see here, 75, wonder. Get started. Oh, right here, these two, 6 months ago. Best way to get listings from Facebook. This class right here, 6 months ago. New strategy to get high quality listing leads from Facebook, 6 months ago. I go up a couple months ago, 4 months. I think there's another class and it talks about custom audiences right here, custom audience and how to target homeowners. These three classes talk about the same thing, which is you can get a custom audience of homeowners and upload it into your account. And then you're targeting the exact people you want because you have it in an Excel spreadsheet. How can I get help? One-on-one help? We have 20 people signing up every day. So we don't do a lot of one-on-one help. There is a support team right down here on the bottom left of everybody's account. And they are awesome. They will help you with your questions. I don't see connecting TikTok. You can't connect TikTok to your social media accounts, Gurpreet. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's a link in listings to leads that you can take and put your TikTok account. I'm not saying we auto post anything to TikTok. You're not working because they're pulled your plug too. Yeah, maybe. Okay. So anyway, we were talking about ads. So let's get back to that. So we talked about landing page ads. We also have PDF guides. And you may not know this, but there are 80 of them. And if you see this little white circle, you can download every one of those. But I don't know if I would recommend doing that. But you will notice that you are branded on every page of every guide. And we have 40 of these guides for homeowners. We have another 40 for home buyers. So you can decide who you want to target, right? Maybe you want to target people thinking of listing a home and you're like, yeah, I want to run an ad on this. And I want to type in a name of a town. What town are you in, Gurpreet? Alberta. That's the state, correct? That's not necessarily Edmonton. So you could type in Edmonton in Alberta, Canada, and publish, and this ad would be launched and you would get seller leads because that's what it's designed. And then in Canada, listing ads do not auto-populate. Listing ads, I don't know what you mean there. Do you mean your listings do not auto-populate? Because that is true. We don't have any connection to MLSs in Canada. So you have to manually create them, which isn't too difficult. It's like 5 or 10 fields and then add the photos. But then all the other tools are created. So it's pretty awesome. So anyway, that's how you create a PDF guide ad. Okay. And as I mentioned, there are 40 for home sellers and 40 for home buyers. So now you know that on Facebook, you can do 3 kinds of ads, right? On listings. And if they're early stage listings, you could get buyer leads. If they're later stage, you can get seller leads. There are landing pages for either buyers or sellers. You now know how to create landing pages. And now you know how to drive people to them because you could do that with your Facebook account. And then PDF guide ads. So these are the 3 kinds. If you're interested in getting sellers, I want you to write this down. If you're trying to get seller leads from Facebook and you create a listing ad for a home sold, the call to action is going to get you listing leads. So sold properties is a fast, easy way to get listing leads. And those leads typically cost like $5 to $7 per lead. Okay. So when you run the ad, it's a $50 ad, but if they're charging you $5 a lead, you're going to get 10 leads and then your ad runs out, right? Here, if you run a landing page ad, like I was showing you that Diamond had one, those leads are the most expensive. Facebook charges somewhere between $12 and $15 per lead. And so if you spend $50, you're going to get, 3 or 4 leads. And then there's the PDF guides. And I don't know exactly, but I have heard that the average sounds like it's about $10 a lead for sellers. So again, you're running 7-day ads, you're spending $50 on each ad, but the cost per lead is different. If you run an ad on a pending property or a property under contract, those are the cheapest seller leads you're going to find. And we've seen those leads come in at like $2.40 per lead. So for $50, you're going to get a lot more leads. Okay. So here you can see he's running home values, and this is kind of odd. I will just tell you this. He's got an active ad going right now. This is the landing page that he's driving to. And I'll tell you this, I'm a little bit shocked, but we're going to look at it together. This is what the ad looks like. Give it a second. So if I scroll down, it may not be visible because I have an ad block turned on. Let's see if I can pause this real quick. Oh no, here it is. So this is the ad that he has running in Hawaii. And it's, what is your home worth? Right? Which is cool, right? But what's amazing to me is that these seller leads are costing him $3.60, which is super cheap, especially since I just told you that a home value ad like this usually costs, I just said the lead from that kind of ad usually costs $12 to $15, and he's getting leads for $3.60 in Hawaii. That's crazy. I don't know how the heck that's happening. I hope that continues to be the case, because he's going to get a lot of leads. So anyway, that's kind of how this is working. I hope you can all understand that. So what else are we doing? Let's see. What's cool about this, I'll just say this. I don't typically recommend that you put a picture of a house on this property, but for Hawaii, this is a very unassuming house. Believe me, in Hawaii, they have big multi-million-dollar, fantastic celebrity homes, just crazy. But this is just a standard little house. And that might be why it's working so well, right? That he's actually getting leads, because it's not, it's not pushing you away, right? You're just like, oh, okay. So anyway, we've talked about Facebook. Let me ask this question. Have any of you run ads on Google? Just a yes or no. Have you run an ad on Google? When I ask this question, I'll just tell you, I would say at least 50% of people of realtors have run an ad on Facebook, at least 50. It's been around for nearly 10 years now. And realtors, even if they're not very tech savvy, keep hearing like, oh yeah, Facebook is so awesome. And they go try it. So I'll just broad brush it for conversation's sake. 50% of all realtors have run an ad on Facebook. Probably only 20% of all realtors have had successful ads where they're generating, dozens of leads or hundreds of leads a month. There's, that's not the bulk of those 50% of the people, right? So of all the people on this call, only one has run an ad on Google. And that makes sense to me. I mean, it makes sense. I don't know why. I think everybody's more comfortable with Facebook. But what they don't realize, and Facebook is awesome. We've been training on it for a long time, and I'll tell you why it's awesome. In the United States, I don't know about Canada, 75%, if not more, of American adults spend 40 minutes every day scrolling through this stuff, looking at what their friends are doing and what they're eating and their grandkids and where they're vacationing. There's my friend up at, what do you call that, Sundance. So this is what people do all day. Like, they see all the fun stuff that their friends are doing, right? All that. But this is not where people come and ask questions. You know where people go on the internet to ask questions? Google. And how do you take advantage of it? In your space, this is a trending question. How do I sell my home? And I don't know if you can see this, but right here on top are 5 ads. So I asked a question, who here is running ads on Facebook and on Google, and only one of you said I am. That means all the rest of you are ignoring the #1 website in the country where 86% of all questions begin. It's on Google. It's a crazy stat. And Steve, another Canadian. Whoa, we got a lot of Canadians on the call. It's 2. He mentioned, Google and YouTube are search engines optimized, right? And that's right. Google is the #1 place. 86% of all searches start there. Google is the #1 website on the internet. At least in the United States, it's a #1 website. The #2 website is YouTube. which oddly enough is owned by YouTube or owned by Google, but YouTube is the number two. So having an ad strategy here would be in your benefit. We'll probably start working on that this year in 2023 to help our clients like you have a good solid presence here. We already auto post your virtual tours here. If you have your own channel, we'll auto post them there. But, you know, to run ads is probably a wise thing considering it's the number 2 website in the country, right? Well, what's number 3? Facebook, right? And we got you covered for Facebook. So, you know, being able to speak in a listing presentation that I have your listings on Facebook, YouTube, Google, Twitter, and LinkedIn is a really powerful statement if you're in a listing presentation. You don't have to tell them that Listings to Leads is doing it all automatically for you. You just say, hey, I have your listings out there with landing pages behind it, right? I can run ads that'll be seen by thousands of people. Now, when you come here and you try to click on Google, it's going to ask you to sign up. And this is an add-on to our account, which costs $30 a month. Okay. So if you're signing up as an agent and you're paying $60 a month, it's an additional 30 to have the Google software baked in. You don't actually need Google software to run ads on Google. Okay. You do need our tools and you do need to know how to put all that together, which isn't easy. I've been inside Google and in their ad section. And if you're good at it, awesome. But if you're not, it's not the prettiest place in the world to be. It's not necessarily intuitive. And I wouldn't be doing it. There's no way I'm going to run an ad inside of Google. I would rather pay $30 to have this software here. And I'll show you why in just a second as we get there. So we have Google's ad software embedded in this page. And if you're connected, you just say, oh, I want to run a landing page ad. And what should you be running? Home valuation ads, definitely on Google, right? So let's click here and it shows you what the ad is going to look like. All you got to do is type in the name of a town, right? Let's just, we're kind of jumping, pages here, but this would drive, you can either click view link and you can see the landing page that we're driving to, which is in South Carolina, because this is a South Carolina page. I do recommend making a change here though. Like we've got a $10 a day budget and this Google software is new. Okay. Meaning we've been working on it for about 6 months, but we launched it about 3 months ago. So we don't have a lot of clients using it today. And it's just because they don't know what to even think about it. But I can tell you this, a $10 a day budget sounds small to me. I would make this a $20 a day budget and I wouldn't run it for a month. I'd run it for like 5 days or maybe 7 days, right? So if it's 7 days, maximum $140 spend, but we don't know what the cost of leads are in your area. And that's why I'm putting $20 a day. Because if it's $10 a day as your daily budget and Google says, well, you know what? These seller leads for this kind of ad, they cost $12. Like, because that's the number that they have chosen. Well, you're not getting any leads because you only can spend maximum $10 a day. So if you put a maximum of 20, you should be getting leads from your area. Now, there's more to think about with Google, but honestly, just type in the town where you want it. Make sure this landing page is speaking to that town, change your budget, change it to 5 to 7 days and click publish. Every agent, actually, it's not even every agent. If you have a business, you should have a Google strategy. I can't even qualify it and say if it's in the United States. If you have business in Latin America, in Europe, in maybe not China, because they got some weirdo kind of internet there. But if you have a business in selling cars, I don't know, mattresses, homes, bamboo fishing rods, you need to have a presence on Google. And for $30 a month, we make it incredibly easy to run ads And you should probably be thinking of like a $200 a month minimum budget for Google and just focus on listing leads. I think Google is the best place to get listing leads. I think Facebook is the best place to get buyer leads. Okay. So I hope that's clear to you. If this is all, if there are questions, let me know. But if you're not connected to the MLS, there is no home valuation calculator for anywhere in Canada. So you can use a custom landing page, Steve, for home sellers and ask for their address and tell them we will get that number for you. But Canadians have different laws about sold metrics. And so they're not available like they are in the US. Where can we find the tutorial of listings to leads? Yeah, that is a third time question asked today. It is this YouTube channel, Victoria. Did you not get this or did you just get here? It's our YouTube channel. All of the tutorials are here. So we talked about, so I've been going on running late here, guys. I think I'm already an hour, so I apologize for going slowly, but I got this new Orleans coffee. It's not, maybe it's missing caffeine or something. But anyway, I got to keep going here. We've talked about Google. We've talked about Facebook. We got to talk about listings. We do a lot of things automatically for you on listings. But for the Canadians, you got to click the green button up here that says add listing, and you can manually add it. For other of you that are in the States and you don't have listings, but you can borrow one, click grab active listing, and you can drop in the zip code and MLS ID and it'll pull it in. But either way, it's going to sit here on a page like this. And now you can actually, and once the listing hits here, we're already going to send you a bunch of tools, right? So the first thing we drop you on that we want you to do is to create an ad on Facebook. And if you've got your account connected, all you got to do is click create an ad. Okay. And that's going to work. And we started the call with his account. So you know that this guy's been running ads with $100 ads. And he's got over 4,000 leads in less than 3 months, right? So he's run about 120 ads. But so that's exactly what this account is doing, right? Running Google ads, I haven't quite figured out how that makes sense, but it probably does make sense. Social media posts are free posts. When we talked about setup and when I talked about social media auto posting, that's what this is. So your ads, your listings are going to be automatically posted for free, to your social media accounts. You got to set that up on your profile. Oh, wait. What's this? Request for review. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, this is new. Okay, where I don't know where the heck they're driving this. Anyway, that's brand new. I don't quite know what that is. This is the seller social media tool. I did mention on our YouTube channel the top tools to get more listings. This is one of the top tools to get more listings. It's a seller social media tool. So we email it to you. You should actually open the email and read the instructions. It's going to tell you to forward the email to your client. And it's going to say, forward the email to your client and call them for, 5 seconds and say, hey, I just sent you something. Would you post this on your wall? Now, this is when a home is sold, but you can do it when it's just listed, when it's open house, and you should. And then it's going to post this. This is what happens when it's sold. Our home is just sold, and we want to recommend you at your office. Here's your phone number and email in front of all my friends and family and colleagues to see. Now, if these leads are kind of similar to referrals because they're coming from the friends and family and colleagues of your clients. If they click on this, we're going to drive them to a single property website that we created automatically for your property. And when the call to action pops up here, it's going to say that affects your home value. Get your free home value there, right? So this is a tool that is created automatically and emailed to you. I recommend you open it and follow the instructions. This is the Nearby Homeowner Letter, which we talked about earlier today. It's the #1 tool for getting listing leads that turn into listing contracts. I did mention that we have short form video scripts, and I showed you in the mastermind group, some lady did want to post it in the group for everybody to see. That's super cool. If you're somebody sitting on hundreds or thousands of leads in a CRM, copy this flyer. You can copy it right here where it says copy code. And it's got a link to the website for the property. And it also says that's going to affect your home value. So go down here and click that. I'm going to click this real quickly because it kind of always throws me off. Okay, cool. Okay, works. We create single property websites and virtual tours. We have a great open house marketing toolkit, mobile optimized QR codes, online sign-in forms. If you're doing print, I will tell you this, if you're doing any kind of print, you got to use our designs. I know some of you are some of the best, finest franchises in the country, biggest brands, but your lead capture in some of the biggest brands is sadly missing. These companies are awesome in branding and getting the colors right and even looking really luxury, but capturing leads is not their goal. And that is our goal. So if you're going to do something in print, make sure you're using our stuff. We got sign writers. If you like to use those in your business, you can get our text code service. That really helps. We even have QR codes. I recommend text codes over QR codes, but since COVID, everybody's a little more comfortable with it. It's just, I recommend text codes because you get leads with phone numbers. If you're a blogger, we got blog tools. Craigslist is still viable. Not a lot of leads anymore, but definitely you can capture leads from it. And then the traffic report. You might want to start using our traffic reports, especially if you got a property that's sitting on the market for a while, and it will tell you what's going on, what's happening. So any questions, everybody? Again, thanks for hanging out a few extra minutes with me, but any questions on the program anywhere, even if I forgot to mention it, something like that. Well, I am not seeing anything. So let me say thanks so much for joining me today. And this call is being recorded. And I'll be in touch soon. Or I'm sorry, this will be in the mastermind group soon. So thanks, everybody. Have a great 2023. Talk to you soon.